What's going on, everyone? Once you're in Adobe Premiere Pro, you're going to want to start by opening the sequence setting panel. That's Command-N on a Mac, and that's Control-N on a Windows. Now you can see here we've got a huge number of different presets. It can be very confusing. I've also got my own presets, which I'll get into in a little bit, but you won't have that when you first jump into Premiere Pro. So you'll have this big list, and to start, we're just going to go ahead and click on the first one we see, RE1080p 23.976. No need to really worry about this at this time. It's just giving us a base of some settings that we'll go on to adjust. I also like to name my sequence. I typically will just go cut one for the first edit that I'm working on, but we're going to move over to the settings panel here. And that's where we're going to do a bulk of the work here to create our sequence. So click on that, and you can see here that we have a number of different settings that's actually going to build the sequence that we want. So for editing mode, we're going to jump to custom. This is going to let us have a clear path forward. We'll be able to make adjustments as we see fit for the sequence we want. Time base will go with 23.976. This is going to give us that Hollywood cinematic feel. A lot of Hollywood films are shot in 24 frames per second, and DSLR cameras and mirrorless cameras use this 23.976 frames per second setting, so that's perfect for what we're looking for here. Next, we'll jump down to frame size. If you're working with standard HD footage, you'll want to keep this at 1920 by 1080. That is a 16 by 9 aspect ratio. It's the classic horizontal video that you would see on your TV or on YouTube. It's generally what you're going to want to go with here. If you were working on something like an Instagram story or a TikTok and wanted vertical video, well then you just go and you would flop these to make that 1080 by 1920, and you'll see that our aspect ratio changes to 9 by 16. So that's for vertical video, but most of the time we'll want this at 1920 by 1080. Pixel aspect ratio is almost always going to be square pixels, so no need to worry about that. Same for field order, no field progressive scan. You can leave your display format at 23.976 timecode and your working color space at Rec 709. For audio, you're going to almost always want 48,000 Hz and audio samples, so these can stay the same. And then down in video previews, we have a couple options here. Now, if you know what type of video file you're bringing into Adobe Premiere, then you can go in and set that to be your preview file format. So if you're taking your cards and you're transcoding everything to Apple ProRes, 422 LT or HQ or something like that, make that change here. If you don't know what you're using for your video file type, for your codecs, if you're bringing files from all different sources, from a camera, from an iPhone, from everywhere, then just change this to iframe only MPEG. Leave your resolution at 1920 by 1080 and you will be good to go here. This is just a way to help your computer know what file type is coming into the program and run just a little bit smoother on your edits. Finally, I check maximum bit depth, I check maximum render quality, and I leave this box checked. This is right here, and I can just click OK, and my sequence is ready to rock. Oh, if you're editing with 4K files and you want to create a 4K video, you just want to change your resolution here, and typically you'd just be doubling it for 4K. So rather than writing in the numbers, I can just multiply by 2, multiply by 2, and now we've got a frame that's 3840 by 2160. It's ready to go for a 4K video.